It's stuff like this that I hear on the internet that just like it kind of drives me crazy because the premise for these arguments are so dumb, right? So, you hear a man talking about like monogamy versus, non-monogamous relationships, and men try to justify, men cheating on women or, sleeping with a bunch of women or whatever by being like, yeah, it's naturally in men not to want to sleep, or it's naturally in men to want to sleep with a bunch of women. But if you think about nature, that doesn't make any sense, right?
They cheat.
Take it back. Hold on.
Every guy you were with might have cheated on you. They cheated on you because a man's nature is to not be monogamous. A woman's nature is to be monogamous. How many men can you be pregnant by at one time?
Oh. See, me, I would say one because, like, well, that's crazy.
You can only be pregnant
But
by
yeah.
one man at one time. How many women can I have pregnant at one time?
No, that's not true. Technically, I mean, it's rare, but you could be pregnant by more than one man at one time. He's wrong. But anyways, we'll finish.
An infinite amount.
Not an infinite amount. You don't have an infinite amount of ejaculate, so it couldn't be an infinite amount. That's dumb.
That's crazy.
So you were made to be dominated and be soiled for one man.
Soiled for one man? Soiled by one man, but no.
And I was made to sling this high quality seed. Every guy.
Yeah. That whole premise about like men are natural born cheaters and natural born, philanderers, I guess, if that's the right word. I believe that's the right word. Natural born dick slangers or whatever. It's just dumb, like, to me. So the way that I look at this is these same men, right? These same men would be the very same men talking about women raising kids, how they don't raise the kids that well, how they need a man to help them raise the kids, and so on and so forth, right? Very same men. They'll say that. This dude, for sure, he's on that like fake Christian, like he preaches the Bible type shit, right? So he's out here talking about marriage or whatever. Raising kids, trying to trap women in really like, why, you need to just stay with that man, whatever, right? But then he'll turn around and say that men are created to slang a bunch of dick and get a bunch of women pregnant. That doesn't make sense, sir. That doesn't make sense for a few reasons. Because it takes two people to have a baby, and we know that to give the child the best chances of survival and the best chances of thriving, two biological parents, minimum, raising the child gives that child the best chance, right? So why would nature create this desire in men to just be with a bunch of women and sleep with a bunch of women, and then create this desire in women to want to be beholden to one man? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Naturally, I think men want to, like, I think naturally, once you have a child, you want to raise that child with that woman. I think that seems like the most logical, natural thing, right? But men are conditioned to not value or respect women or children, right? So, they look at children as an attachment to the woman, and once they no longer are in a relationship with the woman, then they sever ties with everybody, right? Because they never, because at that point it was all about controlling the woman. Also, the thing that doesn't make sense to me in all of this, right, is a part of basically the idea of diversifying DNA or diversifying diversifying our DNA. Like, it wouldn't make any, like, it hurts us as a species for one man to impregnate 10,000 women. That hurts us, right? That hurts us. It's better if we have more diversity. Diversity saves us. The more diverse you are as a species, the better your chances are of survival, right? So thinking that nature wants one man to go sleep with a bunch of women and impregnate. Like, that doesn't make any, I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. We want a diversity. We want every man, in theory, we want every man to sleep with every woman that's available. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, every man get a woman, sleep with her, raise the kids. That man sleep with them, raise a, you know, whatever, right? That's what you want. That's really what you want. That gives you the best chance. That's what, from what I can tell, that's what nature does. That's kind of like what nature is good at. And that's what evolution is about. It's setting ourselves up to give ourselves the best chances of of survival, right? And when this in this particular case, I'm talking about thriving as well, like not just surviving but thriving. So y'all can't have it both ways. You can't be the same man telling women that they need to stay connected to a man while simultaneously telling women that men are supposed to be out here slanging dick. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Y'all are the same types of men, dude. Like y'all say the same stupid shit. This is not the shit Marquette, whoever that dude, he said the same stupid ass shit as this dude. Watch.
Your son and your nephews, what's the core message in bringing them up in today's society?
I just remind them of their place, right? And how important they are. I looked at one study that was like, all right, children that are raised by their mother alone, they have like a 90-something% chance of going to prison, right, getting in trouble and that kind of.
He never looked this study up. They've never, anytime they quote this study, this mythical study that they've never looked it up. That's not what it says. 90% chance to go to prison. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. 90% chance to go to prison? You sound dumb as fuck. The vast majority of people don't go to prison at all. The vast majority of people don't go to prison at all. 90% chance that children raised by single mothers go to prison. You're fucking stupid. That's just idiotic.
This thing, children that are raised with a mother and father have a 90-something% chance of having the best life ever.
Right.
Then they had children raised by a father had the same percentage with having both father and mother. So the survey was literally saying that women nurture, but men raise children.
No, the survey was saying that women are poorer than couples and they're poorer than men. And so the outcomes are different. But when you give those same women money in the real study, it said that when basically it showed that if you give women the same money, right? Women who make the same money as people in a couple, right? For a couple, or a man who makes the same amount of money, the outcomes are fairly the same. So it's the resources. And you can't go into like it also doesn't speak to the character of the children. I think the character of the children are probably better with just the moms. But whatever though, that's just me. So if the first dude not the first dude, but this last dude just said, oh, you need the men raise better kids, the mothers nurture, but the men raise kids. Also, isn't this also what these men say?
To raise a man takes a man. For a young man to become a grown man, it takes a man to help him differentiate and mature into manhood. That masculinity and adult male responsibility is literally caught from a father or a father figure. If you are a single mom raising a son, we love you, God bless you. This is not a discouragement. This is not a criticism, but they need a grandpa, an uncle. They need a spiritual father, a pastor, a coach. Somebody's got to be that sort of father figure in their life so that they can learn how to become a man from a man. To raise a man.
So this is not the same type of men. The same type of men that will tell you that men are supposed to spread their seed around the earth isn't also the same type of men that believe that men raise kids better based on this mythical study that they've never read. And they're not the same men that say that only men can raise men. And they're not the same men that would blame women for raising quote unquote feminine men. Like, you're telling me these are all different types of men? These are all different types of men. These aren't the same men. Are we sure these aren't the same exact fucking men? I'm 1,000% sure that if we went back, asked that fucking dude Marquette, hey, do you think can women raise men into men? Can women raise boys into men? He would be like, nah, you need a man to raise a man. Then I would say, but you said that you think that men are supposed to have sex with as many women as possible and spread his seed around. How the fuck can he be there for all of these fucking kids to raise these boys into men? Up. Oh, didn't you say that? Didn't you say that men are supposed to be able to spread their seed around? Yeah. Okay, so, but you also blame single mothers for every fucking thing that's going on in the community, right? You guys say that single mothers are the downfall of the black community. Am I missing something? That's not you. Y'all don't be saying that shit. So I want y'all to remember, this is him. Remember what he said. Don't forget, this is what he said.
You were with might have cheated on you. They cheated on you because a man's nature is to not be monogamous. A woman's nature is to be monogamous. How many men can you be pregnant by at one time?
Oh. See, me, I would say one. Like, well, that's crazy.
You can only be pregnant by one man at one time. How many women can I have pregnant at one time? An infinite amount. An infinite.
That's crazy.
So you were made to be dominated and be soil for one man. And I was made to sling this high quality seed.
All right. Right? That's what he said. That's what he said, right? Remember? That's what he said, right? He said, I'm supposed to sling this high quality seed. Okay. Bet. He's supposed to sling the high quality seed, right? Okay. Here's what I be saying. This fool always contradicting himself.
He's trying to sneak up on that steer over there and jump on his back. I told him I'd give him $20.
That's not safe. You're right, Emily. It's not. Kennedy!
This highlights the importance of having two parents, one male, one female. You can hear the females in the video basically saying, that's not safe, it's dangerous. And it is. And it's also important that boys do things that are not safe, things that are dangerous, things that might, get them injured, knock them down, because that's important for a male's maturation. You see, if you're raised by just one parent, the female parent, the single mom, or I prefer the term lonely mother, then you're going to grow up and be emotional, fearful, and nervous, which is basically a woman. And that's okay if you're a woman. But if you're a boy that is supposed to grow into a man, then those are terrible traits that women will despise in you. So it's important to have that balance in upbringing and bringing up the child so that the boy has the instincts of a male, which are to be fearless, which are to try things and take risks. And that's why the young boy was happy to do it for $20. Shout out to that kid. Shout out to his father.
Peace.
Okay. So, sir, explain this to us. If men are supposed to spread their seed around and have a bunch of children everywhere, how can those very same men still show up to raise their kids if they have a bunch of seeds everywhere? You tell us, how does that work? These are your words. These are not my words. These are your words, right? Like I said, what did I say? I said, these are all the same men. They all say the same shit. I knew. I didn't even have this video found yet. I looked it up after the fact while I was doing this video. You guys don't know that because, the magic of editing. But I looked it up while making this video because I was like, I'm sure he has said the opposite thing to what he just said, because I've caught this dude lying multiple times. He says any fucking thing that's convenient in the moment, right? I just want you to explain how both of those things can be true at the same time. If naturally men are supposed to go out and sleep with a bunch of women and spread our seeds, then how does that align with your view about why boys need fathers to raise them? Where do you get the fathers from? If everybody got the same fucking daddy, there's no way he could raise all of them. Even if they lived in the same house, he couldn't do it. That's what y'all don't understand. I have two sons. I'm telling you, it's rough. Even if they live in the same house, it's tough to do it. You got 5, 6, 7, 8. You Nick Cannon? Impossible. Impossible. You could pick one. You could pick 2 and lock in. Pick 2, lock in. But all of them, but the vast majority of them are going to get ignored. That's just the reality of it, fam. Studies prove this. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are y'all talking about? You're just saying anything, right? And also he was talking to some look like some fucking 15-year-old girls, right? So he's brainwashing these young women, these girls, he's brainwashing these fucking girls into believing that it's okay for their man to abuse them. He's setting them up like, no, that's okay. Your man just cheating on you. Yeah, it's cool. A little abuse. Well, he's supposed to do that. That's natural. And you're supposed to just wait at home for him and have his babies and shit. Like, y'all niggas is fucking disgusting, bro. Disgusting. Do something better with your time and your platform than trying to indoctrinate girls into being abused by men. Like, please.